Hello, YouTube, and everybody watching. So, it seems like just yesterday I did this. Because I did. Okay, so first and foremost, the weigh-in. I think the machine's broken because it says I'm at 30% body fat, which is almost impossible because my pants and shirts are feeling lighter. I did lose 5 pounds overall, but I don't know. I feel like the machine's broken. Anyways, regardless, not concerned. Tomorrow is a new day, and tomorrow is the beginning of the King Zero Challenge. Zero excuses, zero days off. If I'm going to work, I'm going to the gym. It's going to be a very fun time. But let's talk more about First Light. I cannot tell you guys how amazing this game is. Um, First and foremost, this game is literally just it, it's incredible. It feels more like an interactive James Bond miniseries than an actual game. Spoilers from here on out. So if you don't want to know anything about the game, I'm not finished the game. I didn't beat it yet. I'm only at part 3, all the time in the world. But let's talk about parts 1, 2, and 3. 1, 2, 3. Um, Part 1 is Iceland. That's sort of the prologue, the pre-title sequence. There's this great moment when Bond is cornered. He's saved everyone, even though the AI robot voice that Tesla, I think is his name, or Tasia or whatever, um, said that there's no way that Bond will survive it. M's, Moneypenny's like, all right, well, we're not sure if you're going to survive. You got a 1% chance. Bond says, I got to save these people. So he does, because he's Bond. And what's best about it is all of a sudden the the criminals, Arrowhead is the name of the villains. They're like, there's no way, there's no way MI6 would let you blow up this thing. And Bond's like, I'm not MI6, and blows the thing up, causing that huge explosion that we see that goes into the First Light title sequence. Title sequence was awesome. And then you get to go to Malta, and you get to go to MI6 headquarters, and you get to talk to M and Moneypenny. You get to hang out in Q Branch, and Bond has this weird friendship between him, his flatmates, or roommates, I guess. Flatmates is a British term. Um, Monroe and Chris Sedena, although she's known basically as Chris. And the Malta stuff is fun, and you get to do all these training missions. And what's interesting is that throughout the cinematics, there'll be moments where you can interact and answer questions, or there's a truth or dare thing, truth or lie for a truth detector test that you got to pass, and there's all these cool little elements throughout the cinematics that are just amazing. Um, and like I said, I'm kind of doing a brief overview of the first 3 chapters. I'm probably going to go in more detail, level by level, and if I get that SIM card, I might do or capture card. I might really do like playthroughs and things like that. But I had to talk about how awesome this game is. The funny thing is that it says that you're 26. I don't think so, because you start off at 26, but then you keep seeing the months go by, like August, September. They're all this training and stuff, and by my calculations, I think he's either 29 or 30, because it goes through either 2 years or 3 years. I kind of lost track of how many August, Mays, and Februarys I saw, but I definitely saw 2, if not 3. So I'm pretty sure he's in his 30s by the time you're actually playing the main missions. One of which is in this London nightclub, which was so much fun because you seduce this girl, and then she tries to go home with you, but then your contact is this other girl, so she gets jealous, and it was actually really so much fun. I screwed up the dialogue, I think, because I think there is probably a way for as Bond to get both of them, but I didn't do it right, and both of them were mad at me at the end, and I'm like, well, I'll try and replay that level and see different dialogue options. But I will say this: then you had this boss fight with her jealous boyfriend, the red girl in red dress. That was a lot of fun. You got to drive an Aston Martin DBS, which I felt super old, because they're like, it's a 2006, it's a classic, and I'm like, 2006 is a classic? Oh boy, I'm getting old. Clearly, I'm turning 40 this year. Um, but then we get into sort of the big mission, which is and during the London Underground scene, you have these 3 people that One of them is selling trade secrets for the MI6 Treasury. And of course, Bond being Bond does what he does, which is awesome. And then, which that was such a fun level to play. It was weird to see Bond in just a white T-shirt and jeans, but still, it was kind of cool actually. Like I said, he's younger, so it's fine. He's not gonna wear a tuxedo and everything. I remember people complaining about that with Casino Royale. We get into I'm now in the mission All Time in the World, which is the chess one, which you saw the big video in, I want to say September, that you saw like sort of the level play out a bit. I can see why they split it, because now again, I'm giving spoilers. Spoiler warning, Monroe dies in the chess thing, and it was kind of sad that he died. Also, Chris is turning into, she was like super sweet and like super friendly with Bond, and now she's like kind of, I want to say bitchy, because she just doesn't trust Bond, that he knows something's going down. Which of course these two guys, which there's a funny Hitman joke, because one of the twin brothers keeps changing costumes, and I was like, how does he change so fast? And I think that was a Hitman joke, which I thought was kind of cute. There's been a few references to different like Hitman and Bond and things like that. I'm like, oh, that's nice that they did that. Like, there was in QLab, there's a ton of them. One of them, the shoe from March with Love, is there. There's the, if you the inflatable thing from The World's Not Enough is in there, so it plops up, and they're like, you're gonna need this if you ever get into an avalanche. I'm like, oh, that's a nice little reference to The World's Not Enough. Again, these references are not like, one of the characters' name, one of the other 00 recruits is named Nash, which of course references from March with Love. These references are not something that like casual fans will get, but like hardcore fans like me, I see them and I love them. And it's funny, my my in-laws and wife are like, oh, you can play until you get tired. It's like, I have ADHD. I will play till 5 in the morning, and then my wife will be ready for work, and I'll be like, oh, I didn't sleep at all tonight. So I ended it because I'm at a boss battle and I can't really beat these twins right now. So I'm like, you know what? Let's take a break. Let's go to bed. Do the video here, and that's about it. So I will see you guys. I don't know if I'm going to be doing these every single night for the levels, but I will be uploading my thoughts with each level and doing more analysis of First Light as the playthrough goes on. Like I said, Calvin Dyson said this was worth 14 years' wait. This definitely was. This beats out everything from Activision. This beats out, I want to say, this definitely beats out GoldenEye for the N64, because that's never been my favorite. My favorite is either The World's Not Enough or was, I should say, The World's Not Enough, or From Russia with Love, or Nightfire, one of those three. But now I'm going to be honest and say all of those are playing second fiddle to First Light. I don't want to say that, because just like when Casino Royale became my favorite film, it was like, yeah, but this is a brand new film, and I have new goggles on, and I don't want to like, but this is just brilliant. This really, really is good. And if you are a gamer or you're on the fence, buy it. Buy it, play it, period. I will be doing an unboxing tomorrow, because I'm getting the deluxe edition tomorrow. So I will be doing that. But anyways, I will talk to you guys later. Until then, I believe in you. Hope you believe in me. And I will talk to you tomorrow. Have yourselves a great day. Bye.